Okay, can we all stand for the flag salute?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we get a roll call?
Mayor Klaus?
Here.
Mr. Montgomery?
Here.
Mr. Levinson?
Here.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Here.
Mrs. Evans?
Here.
Okay, can I get an approval for the regular committee minutes of July 11th, 2023? Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta read the stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of August 8th, with instructions for internet access, was included in a meeting notice sent to the Brundage County Times Courier Post on January 4th, 2023, and advertised in said newspapers on January 6th, 2023, January 10th, 2023, respectively, posted on the website and the bulletin board in the municipal building on January 4th, 2023, and has remained continually posted as required under statute. In addition to, a copy of this notice has been available to the public and is on file at the office of the municipal clerk. John, is that okay? I did that out of order? Good. Okay. So can we get an approval of regular committee minutes for July 11th?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay. Can we get an approval for executive session minutes of July 11th, 2023?
So moved.
Second?
Mrs. Gilmore? Mr. Levinson? Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, reports. We want to take these all in together, but I want to see if Sergeant Antonucci has anything with the New Jersey State Police first.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have nothing major to report. I know we're working on the sculpture at the park that's been vandalized. The paint cans and beer cans were taken, and they were sent to crime scene, sent them to the lab, and they're processed them, and we're waiting on a report on that. Hopefully we can come up with fingerprints and be able to identify these individuals. We're doing extra patrols of the area, and the catalytic converters, the detectives wanted me to advise there's an uptick in the area, surrounding towns. They're working with surrounding towns to find these suspects, and that's all I have for right now.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
officer.
Okay, we have a tax collector's report, code enforcement, fire official, construction, emergency service, and the New Jersey State Police report that was just given to us. Can we get a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mrs. Evans? Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, we got up for discussion presentation, disposition of proposed resolution 2023-93-8, amending resolution 2023-76-5 to declare additional property along Route 38 to Block 72.1, Lot 1, Block 7501, Lot 1, existing mobile park, to be an area of need to be rehabilitated in accordance with New Jersey S40A:12A:1. Do we get?
Yeah, real simple. At the last meeting, we asked the committee to send this to the planning board because the owners of the Haynes Mobile Home Park were in negotiations and thought they were about to acquire that site, so it would have fit nicely with the property that was already declared to be an area in need of rehabilitation that they had. Those discussions fell through. They are not going forward with it, so the utility of that rehabilitation designation for that site kind of disappeared. And we're just basically saying there's no need, if you agree with us, to go forward with finding that area, because it would end up being basically an isolated lot on Route 38 that now has no relationship to anything else we're doing.
Okay, so do we do a discussion on this, or?
No action needs to be taken. If you agree that you're not going to move forward with it, it'll just be removed from the agenda.
So we just do a poll, everybody
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
No action to be taken forward?
No action.
Okay, so we'll do no action on this.
All right, thank you.
No action. Okay, B, 100th anniversary logo review.
Sure, so, pretty much, just going over what I emailed all of you in terms of the 100th anniversary logo competition contest. Let me just see. Oh. I wonder why it's not sharing my screen. Oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. I think because I have the GoToMeeting app running, it's having a hard time communicating with the projector.
Well, I guess you all can just move up front then.
Yeah, I don't have anybody on the meeting right now. I'm just going to pause the session and see if that matters. That's really strange.
Bummer.
Well,
Well, they look really nice.
Are we deciding tonight what we're moving forward with?
I mean, I guess I really don't have to put the logos up there. You've
Okay.
already received them. So just for the good of the community, basically where we're at, the 100th anniversary committee met. We had a special meeting on Monday so that this can be moved forward per the guidelines to the governing body for your input. Once we receive your input, the top 3 of the 13 logos that have been submitted will be presented to the community for a popular vote. That will be, the link for the vote will be on the township's new official Facebook page, Hainsport Township Government Organization, so that obviously we want to draw people to the page. And we'll have that available for probably 2 weeks for popular vote. We'll probably do it through Google so that it can track, make sure everybody's only voting one time per computer or email. And then then will be represented to you all. We do have the liberty and the ability to make some adjustments to the logo based on your feedback, based on the committee's feedback. And then we'll ask that individual if they could make that adjustment, and then that's going to be the logo that, we'll utilize all of next year as we promote and celebrate our 100th anniversary, all of our events. We'll utilize that logo on our letterhead, all of our print materials, banners, on our webpage. We have some really cool ideas and things that we're going to create that will sell as a fundraiser also to anybody. We're thinking garden flags. That would be really nice, celebrating the 100th anniversary. So residents in the community can put it in their yards and promote all the festivities. So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully I'll receive all of your feedback. So far I've received 3 governing body members' input on that. I like to put it out to the community by the end of this week.
Okay, so all of us can make sure we go get our input in by the end of the week? Yeah. Okay. You all good with that?
Yes.
Good.
I didn't say
I'd like to
anything.
comment, yeah, are you done or no? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just think it's awesome that we had 13 applications, because when we first looked at this, we only had 7, so almost doubled it afterwards. And there were logo entries that you could tell that they were from some of our youngest members of the community, so it was really nice to be able to see everyone get involved, and the thought and the time and the effort put into it, and the different aspects. You know, boy, if we can combine them all together and make one, it would be great. So
Well-
thank you, everyone, for contributing and participating.
So just to remind everyone, the winning logo will receive $350, but the 100th Anniversary Committee definitely wants to recognize everyone that submitted a logo for the competition, especially our students. So we are thinking of ways that we can honor them and ways within our 100th Anniversary celebration. So we will definitely...
Well, I got to commend our 100th Anniversary Committee. They're
Yes.
doing such a hard job. They're spending hours here. I see them all the time, so I'm really impressed with them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are we making a special 100th anniversary calendar? Because that could be somewhere where we could put the student logos.
We are.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's actually, yeah, because 13 actually fits for the calendar for the 12 months, and you have one for the cover or
Yeah,
something.
we also-
Maybe the winner is the cover and the other 12 months, and I don't know, whatever, I'm sure you guys have plans, just
Put 'em all in
just
one-
adding to Anna's
Yeah.
comments here, yeah.
Okay, I guess we're going to move on to comments from the public, agenda items only, 5 minutes limitation. Anybody want to come up and speak? Come on up, raise your hand.
Good evening, Deborah Harris, 7 Elsinore Drive. Going back to Section 3 of the minutes, I thought I heard Mr. Levinson vote on and second the July minutes, and I don't believe that he was present at that meeting. So that's my comment. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, we'll look into that. July.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
You weren't here.
That's, but I wasn't.
It's fine. It's duly noted, still majority voted in
Yeah, we
favor
can
of it.
go
so
through the
it's-
tapes and correct that, right? Or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, anybody else? Come on up.
Hi, good evening. Bob Mood, 202 Lumberton Road. Just occurred to me on the whole 100th anniversary thing. Again, I'm with you, that the fact that the young folks are contributing to that is a fantastic development. The 100th anniversary committee, I guess, I was wondering if they had any thoughts about having a separate Facebook page for that to really engage the community on that level. Great place to ask for ideas, volunteers, announce the different events that are going to be leading up to that, including fundraisers, things like that. And I will take this opportunity to also say that I'm happy to help in any way that I can in that endeavor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, anybody else? Okay, with that, we're going to close public comments, and we're going to go right to ordinances. We're going to go to ordinance number 2023-7, appropriating $725,000 for funding general capital fund balance of various projects.
So I had just had a comment on this. So basically appropriations of money that we're putting aside for possible expenditures, for anticipated expenditures, and it's basically divided into 3 areas. Am I good?
Well, it's actually just a first reading, so we have to reserve our comment to the next time.
Oh, I shouldn't be saying anything?
That's okay. I
All right.
figured it out, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
so can we get a motion for the first reading?
And I will motion that we approve the
Sorry,
first motion.
that's my
Okay.
bad.
No worries, I had all kinds of stuff to say, it was kind of, I love what we're doing, so I'm happy with it, yeah.
All right, can I get a motion?
I can,
So that's a motion to introduce, did I hear that?
Motion to
Yeah,
introduce.
I motioned, and we
I'll
introduced.
second the motion to introduce.
Okay.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes, and we're going to reserve comments till September 5th on that. Okay? All right.
Hold my comment.
That's okay. Good, remember them, that's good. All right, ordinance 2023-8, Green Team Pursuit Suitable New Jersey Clean Energy. It's a first reading and introduction, and it's the same item. We just need a motion to introduce.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, and ordinance 2023-9, creating a length of service award, reading and introduction, public hearing, same thing, we just need an introduction.
I can make the motion to
I'll second it.
adopt.
Mrs. Gilmore? Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, we're moving to consent agenda resolutions. We can do those all together, right, John?
That's correct.
Okay, so we got resolution 2023-95, 2023-96, 23-97, 98, 99, and 100. They're basically either establishing payment or bills, or I don't think anybody has any questions on it. If you have a copy of the agenda, it's pretty clear cut. So can we get a motion?
Make a motion to approve the resolutions.
Second.
Mr. Levinson? Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, business, approval of the business licenses that are attached to your agendas. It's pretty routine.
Yeah. I'd like to make a motion that we approve. I'll second the motion.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson? Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
I'm going to abstain from the one for DH Hair Designs because that is my personal hairdresser and friend. But apart from that, yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, comments from the public on anything you'd like to talk about, as long as it's appropriate. Just kidding when I say that. Anybody will come up, talk? Come on up, Karen, come on up.
Karen Torty, 4 Easton Way. Yesterday morning, it was my great pleasure to personally welcome a new business to Hainesport. I was with Danielle Hale of DH Hair Designs as she opened her new business by moving it into the J Suites. She is an excellent hairstylist coming over from Artistry in Mount Laurel. Danielle stated that beginning your own business can be a bit scary, and she was very grateful to the township staff for all of their assistance and guidance in welcoming a new business to Hainesport. She said everyone was very pleasant and easy to work with, so kudos to the Hainesport Township staff. Also coming over from the hair cuttery in Mount Laurel is Heather Barnes, and she will have a business called Wicked Scissors. On September 14th, J Suites will be holding an open house to welcome them and all of their businesses at J Suites, and we welcome them as well. In serving the community, Ken and I were very happy to sponsor the Tucanini Creek Band on July 30th. After the cancellation of the prior 2 concerts due to inclement weather, we were blessed with a beautiful, perfect evening for a concert. There were between 100 and 150 attendees, and the band was very entertaining. We were able to speak to all of the guests, and the evening was a great success. Thanks to Donna Casey for giving us this opportunity. In addition to that evening, it has been my pleasure to work in the concession stand at all of the concerts. It has been so nice getting to know more of our residents, as well as these from our neighboring communities. In further service to the community, on a Monday afternoon, I was able to help set up the home arts tent at the farm fair. It was wonderful to see how creative and talented many of our residents are. Also, I have been attending meetings of the Hainesport 100th Anniversary Committee as we plan many aspects of the celebration. We have dedicated volunteers, and they are working very hard to make it a great success. I think the calendar is a great idea. And so especially want to call out Donna Casey and Paula for all their hard work. On behalf of the Hainesport Republican Club, We are pleased that we have reached our target of tickets sold for the Trenton Thunder game to be held on August 26th. We are pleased that we are able to offer tickets to needy children of the community. Also, the Republican Club is currently conducting a back-to-school supply drive for the children until August 24th. Please contact any of us if you would like to donate any items. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anybody else who would like to speak? Come on up.
Deborah Harris, 7 Elsinore Drive. One clarification for the record pertaining to July's meeting and discussion of Save Old York v. Chesterfield. I've spoken with the plaintiff and was advised the matter is not settled as an appeal has been filed. The docket number is A-3167-22. A quick reminder, the Hainesport Democrats public meeting and candidate meet and greet is Thursday, August 31st at 7 p.m. at the Kenneth E. Street Community Center. The public is invited to attend, and of course, children are welcome. We'll have a kids' craft corner, light refreshments. It's a great opportunity to meet the Democratic candidates for Hainesport Township Committee, as well as our LD8 candidates. Turning to another matter, specifically the Hainesport Educational Fund, or HEF. According to public records, Jason Cardona, current Board of Ed president, filed a certificate of amendment on April 2009, organizing the Hainesport Township Educational Foundation, Inc. as a 501c3 educational charity. In November 2009, the IRS issued a 501c3 letter recognizing HEF as a public charity and qualifying HEF to receive tax-deductible donations. On November 15, 2012, the IRS administratively revoked HEF's 501c3 nonprofit status after HEF failed to file their taxes for 3 years in a row. That effectively means HEF never filed its taxes after it was organized in 2009. Additionally, a search of the New Jersey public charities showed HEF listed as non-compliant. According to public records, as of 2013, HEF lost its nonprofit status, and yet for the next 10 years, HEF continued to collect donations using the school's website through 2023, at which time the school deleted all HEF-related information from its website. As recently as the September 2022 back-to-school night that I attended, Mr. Montgomery represented HEF publicly to the township school community as an active 501c3 nonprofit charity. During his presentation, Mr. Montgomery asked attendees to volunteer for the board and to make donations to HEF. Mr. Montgomery was vice president and treasurer of HEF, and according to the township's website, he was the committee liaison to HEF. Residents have asked Mr. Montgomery the following questions. Was HEF ever restored nonprofit status by the IRS after 2013? Did HEF file yearly taxes as a nonprofit or a for-profit entity after it lost its 501c3 status? Why was HEF's 501c3 status revoked in 2013? Why did HEF continue to operate and accept donations after 2013 as a nonprofit if it didn't have the status? How were donations tracked and allocated? What is the current status of HEF with the state of New Jersey? These are important and unanswered questions raised by residents, especially when Mr. Montgomery and his campaign touts financial responsibility and experience. However, not filing taxes since 2009 would mean that there are donations that were made without accountability as to where that money went. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, is there anybody else? Okay, with that, we're going to close. We're going to go close public participation, and we're going to go right to comments from the administrator.
I have none tonight.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Mr. Solicitor, do you have any comments for us?
Nor do I.
No, great, okay. Let's go with the committee, starting with Anna Evans.
Okay, I have a few.
Okay?
First of all, I attended the senior citizens meeting on July the 13th with Paula, our administrator, and we listened to the concerns that have been raised. And we believe that we have taken the appropriate steps to address them for the residents who are concerned. I also attended Cleanup Day at Creekturn Park on July the 14th. Everyone who volunteered did a fantastic job, and we were able to open the gate a few days later, and Big Busty is bringing joy to everyone. I see it all over. Very happy to see the Green Team ordinance starting to appear on the agenda, and also this Saturday coming, we have the kickball tournament. I'm very excited that Hainsport has 14 people signed up. I don't think they're all playing, but that's definitely enough to make a team. If you're not signed up, it's not too late, and otherwise, if you are signed up, I'll see you at 8 a.m. on Saturday. Finally, I also, Karen, I'm very excited to welcome DH Hair Designs to J Suites. It's wonderful to see a woman-owned business starting out, and it's great that we were able to facilitate that by welcoming J Suites as well, another woman-owned business. That's it.
Thank you. Bruce?
No comments at this time.
Okay, Leila?
No comment.
Okay, Mr. Deputy Mayor, Ken?
Yes, was happy to attend the farm fair and met with a number of Hainsport residents and those in Burlington County and surrounding South Jersey. Concert in the park was just really, as Karen Torty said, was just a beautiful, beautiful evening, especially after the oppressive heat we've had. So Donna Casey and Leila Gilmore and Joe and Karen Torty worked the concession stand, which was great. Fun was had by all. So I welcome everyone to consider putting it in their calendar for Sunday, every Sunday night for the next concerts to hear. And
Only one more Sunday, and then there's, the last one's on
oh, that's right. We have one more, right? Because we had the one.
Sunday and then a Monday.
Yeah, the one was made up. Right. Exactly. And looking forward to the kickball tournament. Should be fun. And that's it for me.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It's good to see you here. When we have a small crowd, that means people in our town are pretty much happy. And I can tell by Sergeant Antonucci's report, almost 99% of all cities and towns would like to have a report like yours. So we're very fortunate to live in a town that's so safe and we have such little problems, even though the problems we have, many people may not consider them little, but in the end, we do well in this town. And I want to thank our state police for making sure, and their residents for keeping an eye out to make sure everything's fine. So with that, we'll have to adjourn to executive session.
Yes, but
So before you do that, the resolution should be amended to include item number 2, which is items falling under 12B6 of the statute, protecting the safety and property of the public.
Okay, could you rephrase that so I can repeat it? How's that sound?
Just so moved would be appropriate.
So moved. Somebody so moved, somebody?
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
good.
to amend the agenda, please, all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Now, we make a vote add that.
Yeah, so the resolution having now been amended to include the
Oh,
12B
maybe we do that
exception,
No.
motion to adopt 2023-101-8 as amended
Okay.
would be in order.
Don't we need to pay the bills first, or no?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Don't we need to pay the bills?
Can we finish that?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I did forget to pay the bills. I thought we were paying them after
So
executive.
why don't we do this? Why don't we just make the motion as we just discussed it, because we're already on 10A.
Okay.
But you go into a closed session whenever you're ready, you go back to the bill list
That's
after you do
right.
this.
Okay. I know at one time we did pay the bills after. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So who wants to make the motion to adopt?
Make a motion to adopt?
I'll second the motion to adopt.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, with that, we are adjourned to executives. Not
No,
adjourned.
now you got to do the bill
No,
list.
the bills.
Oh, now we can do the bills. Okay.
Yeah, I wanna
Okay,
pay
let's
the
get a
bills.
motion to pay the bills. That's
Please,
important.
I make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second it.
Okay,
The
sorry.
motion to pay bills.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, pay
Mayor
the
Fox.
bills.
Yes, I don't want to be known as the guy who didn't pay the bills.
This is going to be at least an hour.
Yeah, okay, our executive session will be at least an hour. There's some issues that we will discuss. If there's any action after, which I'm not anticipating, we'll be out and address it, but frankly, I'm not anticipating any action after.
God bless you.
Bless you.
All right. Motion to go into close?
Motion to go and close. Do we have one?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, good, okay. I just have to see one person first. here?
Yeah, but we need to hold the litigation.
What do you want to take them first and get them out of here?
Sure. Let me go grab them. Okay, we're live.
Okay, can we have a motion to come out of close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Thank you. Good night, all.
That was my first really long one.
Yes. That's one of the longer ones we've had.
In a while.